They told you it was ready. They told you the technology was flawless. But what if I told you that the 4 astronauts scheduled to strap themselves into the Orion capsule in just 60 days are sitting on top of a $4 billion death trap? We are looking at the most dangerous cover-up in modern space history. The heat shield on the previous unmanned test didn't just erode, it was obliterated in ways the computer models never predicted. Chunks of it were missing. And yet, the countdown to February 2026 hasn't stopped. Why? Because the politicians in Washington care more about beating China than bringing Reed Wiseman and his crew back alive. Stick around, because by the end of this video, I'm going to show you the one overlooked report that suggests this mission might be a one-way ticket. Welcome back to U.S. and World Politics Decoded. I know exactly what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, come on, it's NASA. They put men on the moon with 1960s calculators. Surely, with AI and modern tech, this is a walk in the park. You want to believe that the return to the moon is a moment of triumph, a sequel to the glory days of Apollo that we can all celebrate. But deep down, you have a nagging feeling, don't you? You remember the Challenger. You remember Columbia. You know that when government bureaucracy meets rushed deadlines, people die. Here is the idea that the mainstream media refuses to touch. We are not going back to the moon for science. We are going back because of panic. Today, we are decoding the silent war happening in low Earth orbit and why the rush to launch Artemis II in February 2026 is the biggest gamble in American history. Let's look at the calendar. It is December 2025. The Space Launch System, the SLS, is sitting there. It's massive, it's orange, and it's arguably obsolete before it even leaves the ground. NASA has locked in the launch window for February. That gives them barely 2 months. In the world of aerospace, 2 months is nothing. It's a blink of an eye. Usually, when you have the kind of data anomalies they saw on Artemis I, you delay. You delay for years. You redesign, you retest. But they aren't doing that. Why? Because they can't afford to. The narrative isn't about safety anymore. It's about the budget. The SLS program has bled the American taxpayer dry. We are talking about $4.1 billion per launch. That is sustainable only if you show results. If they delay this mission again, Congress pulls the plug. So, the executives at NASA are faced with a choice: delay the launch and kill the program and their careers, or launch on time and pray the physics hold up. They are gambling with human lives to save their budget. Let's get technical for a second, because this is where the scandal lives. When the Artemis I capsule came back from the moon in 2022, the heat shield, the only thing standing between the capsule and 5,000 degrees of friction, didn't behave as expected. NASA admitted that charred material liberated from the shield during re-entry. In plain English, it fell apart. They spent all of 2024 and 2025 analyzing this. They tweaked the trajectory. They changed the entry angle. But they did not replace the shield material. They are flying Artemis II with the same fundamental design flaws that caused the erosion on Artemis I. Imagine buying a car where the brakes failed during the test drive, and the dealer tells you, "Don't worry, we'll just drive slower next time." Would you put your family in that car? Because that is exactly what the United States government is doing with Victor Glover, Christina Koch, Reed Wiseman, and Jeremy Hansen. These 4 are heroes, but heroes can be betrayed. If that shield fails over the Pacific Ocean in February, there is no rescue mission. There is no second chance. It will be a fireball visible from Hawaii to California. And the blood will be on the hands of bureaucrats who were too afraid to say, stop. But why the rush? Why not wait until 2027? Enter the dragon. While NASA debates budgets and fixes leaks, China is moving with terrifying speed. Their lunar program is not just a concept, it is hardware. They have stated their goal, boots on the moon by 2030. But intelligence reports suggest they are ahead of schedule. The South Pole of the moon. That's the prize. That's where the water ice is. That's where the fuel is. Whoever gets there first controls the future of the solar system. If China beats the US back to the moon, it's not just an embarrassment. It's a geopolitical catastrophe. It signals the end of American dominance. Washington knows this. The White House knows this. They are terrified that if Artemis II is delayed, the world will see the US as a failing empire. They need a win. They need a photo op. They need a distracting victory to paste over the cracks in the economy and the social division at home. Space exploration has never been about science. It has always been about war. Artemis II is a weapon in a propaganda war. And in war, soldiers are expendable. History screams at us, but we refuse to listen. In 1967, we rushed to beat the Soviets, and 3 men burned alive in Apollo 1. In 1986, we rushed to put a teacher in space to boost PR, and 7 people disintegrated on live TV. In 2003, we ignored foam strikes, and Columbia never made it home. Now, in December 2025, we are seeing the exact same pattern. The engineers are worried. The managers are silent. The politicians are pushing. The dates are set in stone. February 2026 isn't just a launch date. It is a judgment day. If this mission succeeds, it will be a miracle of engineering overcoming bureaucracy. If it fails, it will mark the end of NASA as we know it. It will break the spirit of the nation. And the worst part, we all saw the warning signs. We are seeing them right now. So here is the reality. In 60 days, the ground in Florida will shake. 4 brave souls will ride a pillar of fire toward the moon. We all want them to succeed. We all want to see the American flag fly past the lunar horizon. But we must not be blind to the risks. This is a mission born out of fear. Fear of China, fear of irrelevance, fear of budget cuts. And decisions made in fear are rarely the right ones. As we watch the countdown hit 0 in February, ask yourself, is this exploration, or is it a desperate gamble by a superpower that is losing its grip? The hardware is ready. The astronauts are ready. But the question remains, is the United States ready for the consequences if this goes wrong? This was U.S. and World Politics Decoded. We will be covering every single update of the Artemis mission as we get closer to the launch window. You cannot rely on the mainstream news to tell you the gritty truth about the risks involved. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, you need to subscribe right now. Hit that red button and, more importantly, turn on the notification bell. YouTube tries to hide controversial content like this, so the bell is the only way to ensure you don't miss our next update. And I want to hear from you in the comments below. Be honest, do you think Artemis II will succeed, or is NASA hiding a critical flaw? Type success or failure in the comments. Let's get a poll going. Give this video a like if you value the truth, and share it with a friend who loves space or fears for our future. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies and watch your back.